Namaste, good morning to everybody. Today is a very important day from for LICians as well also for our nation. It is also very important for me because I am an LICian. Today marks the 69th birth anniversary of LIC of India. It means LIC enters 70 years of its glorious existence. For every organization, birthday is important and it should be celebrated with pomp and grandeur. For me, it is very important because it is a source of my livelihood. I remember I joined Life Insurance Corporation of India on 5th February 1990. What is important for being part of LIC? I think those industry, such type of industry is rarely available anywhere. Not only its contribution to nation, but it is an industry where one able to work with dignity and honor. For any human being, money is important, but money is not the only important part of life. Most important thing is love, affection, cooperation, as well as scope for personality development, scope for magnifying one's inherent talent, good relations, that are all are important thing. What I have when I joined LIC, I had a desire to get a better job. But the atmosphere in LIC, as well as the importance of All India Insurance Employees Association, made me to stay here and not try for any other job. Because I felt this is a industry where I can work with dignity and honor, as well as I can maintain honesty. Because even you become a honest person, there are a certain situation where it is difficult to remain honest. Circumstances do not allow you to remain honest. But this is an industry where you can work with honesty, dignity and honor. So I prefer to stay in that industry and did not try for any other job. If you think you choose some person from outside and choose some person from this industry, definitely those person of Life Insurance Corporation of India will be found a better human being than others of society. This is the important thing of industry where I am working. Next thing is that when LIC celebrates its 69th birthday, I have the pleasure to extend my greetings to everybody. It is also important to analyze, introspect the very purpose of this industry, the purpose why it took birth, why it was nationalized, how it has been fulfilled its objectives. Everybody knows that 245 private companies and a provident trust were amalgamated to form LIC. And it took its birth on September 1st, 1956. Since then, it has grown colossus. It has become a gigantic institution. Its contribution is massive. Its asset or life fund has become huge. Asset has reached around 56.22 crore, where life fund has reached 47.84 crores. But when it took birth, the government has invested only 5 crores. And its reach to every part of the country is known to everybody. It was nationalized, life insurance company was nationalized for certain purpose. First one was to spread insurance to different part of the country, especially rural areas, to provide insurance coverage to lower segment of the society, to utilize people's fund or insurance premium for nation building activities, for investment and growth. Another important thing was that private company were misutilizing the people's money. So nationalization main objective of was to prevent the misuse of this people's money and use it for nation building activities. So when LIC has grown colossus, a great financial behemoth or a conglomerate, there is no necessary to describe its contribution. Everybody knows it. But important thing is, what are the challenges ahead of this? Because history is strewn with the wreckage of individuals who do not adapt to changes. I think LIC of India has adapted to changes. That is why it grows, and it grows like anything else. But governments want to raise FDI in insurance sector also. Another thing is discussed. Insurance for all by 2047. It is a welcome decision and necessary. But increasing FDI limit will not help in that way. What is important is There is a need why, what are hindrance to insurance for all. People purchase insurance when they have disposable income, when they have discretionary income, income minus tax. If people do not have job, if there is massive inequality, there is poverty. So FDI limit, hike in FDI limit cannot ensure all these things. For example, 23 crores people are multidimensionally poor. 35 crores people are deprived of decent life. Health and education expenditure are eroding the disposable income of people. Financial liability is increasing. Household debt has touched 40% of GDP. Household financial liabilities has increased from 3.8% to around 6.5% recently. Inequality is rampant. Unless the standard of living of the people is increased, it will be difficult to achieve the goal of insurance for all. Because people will purchase insurance is basically neither sold nor purchased, it is a matter of solicitation. However, field forces can procure policies when people have a more surplus or disposable income or discretionary income, whatever one may say. Another important thing is that there is some are advocating for a hike in FDI limit to increase insurance penetration, insurance density, and reduce the insurance protection gap. First, we must understand what is insurance. Insurance is basically, though it is called a savings product, financial product, or a final part of financial savings or financial assets, basically it is a risk protection. Savings investment element is added to make it attractive, for which customers pay extra premium. But it is basically risk protection. Insurance is a part of financial savings. There is necessary to interpret what is savings. Sometimes people think savings means only financial savings. No. Savings means national savings or gross domestic savings, which once upon a time was 37.6% in 2007 and 8, has already declined to around 30% of GDP. Gross domestic savings is divided: public sector savings and private sector savings. Public sector savings is revolving around 1%. Private sector savings is divided two parts. One is corporate savings, another is household savings. Corporate savings is once upon a time it is around 1-2%. Now it is revolving around 10%. The reason for a higher corporate savings is that corporates have not able to invest their surplus or invest their profit. That is why they have a huge surplus. They are unable to invest because there is a lack of demand for their product. There is a lack of demand because the purchasing power of the people is not that much of enough to purchase various commodities. Household savings was also important indicator of well-being of the society. Once upon a time, it was around 25.10% in 2009 and 10. Now it has already declined to 18%. That does not that is not a good sign. Household savings is divided by two parts. One is physical savings, another is financial savings, physical asset or financial asset. Physical savings also constitute gold, jewelry, real estates, etc. also. Financial savings constitute currency, bank savings, postal savings such as NSC, National Savings Certificate, Public Provident Fund, all small savings, shares, bond, debenture, net debt, all are financial savings. Mutual fund also part of financial savings. Financial savings, once upon a time it was 12.10% in 2009-10 record. It has a decline already around 5.2%, 1% or 2%. It revolves around 6-7%, but it has declined to around 5.1%, which is considered as a 47-year low. Insurance is a part of financial savings, bank is a part of financial savings. Now people are preferring to invest in a share, mutual fund. So savings in a bank deposit as percentage of our total financial savings as well as GDP is declining. That is a major cause of concern for banking industry. Even the RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra has also raised this question. However, insurance fund, life insurance fund as percentage of financial savings has not declined but not increasing. It might have a little bit decline as percentage of GDP. But important thing is we must understand unless the financial savings increases as percentage of GDP, then distribution of various financial instruments wherever it will decline. So the government policy should be to enhance the financial savings of the people. People can make more financial savings when they have a disposable income, where they have a surplus income, when they have a job, but by contrast, lifestyle inflation is a very huge expenditure. People have to incur huge expenditure in health and education. Consumerism is affecting. Demonstration effect, that means to imitate the superior consumption pattern of your immediate neighbor, is also affecting them. Vehicles, buildings, does not indicate the well-being or financial status of a person today. Yes, 30 years back, having a two-wheeler was considered a very important thing, great achievement, status. It was a symbol of status. But so time has changed. The way of living has changed in not only India, in every country. Today having a car or a two-wheeler is not considered as a great thing. So similarly, people's well-being, standard of living, surplus income, all should be increased. Then when it is increased, they will have to invest more in financial savings, then insurance can garner more share. Another important thing is that since government is not giving tax rebate in new income tax rules, people are discouraged. People sometimes saves to get income tax rebate. Similarly, people today are preferring to invest in a physical asset or physical savings like real estate, gold, which are considered hedge against inflation, where return is high. So unless government take initiative to encourage financial savings, then insurance for all in 2047 cannot be possible. Another important thing is people have to pay good and services tax GST in insurance premium, in the risk component of insurance premium. Rate varies. General insurance it is 18%, health insurance is 18%. Other policies, life insurance policy where there is savings element, since the risk component is taxed, it is a little bit overall less. But that reduces the disposable income and discourage one to purchase insurance. So all those things should be taken into account to achieve the insurance for all in 2047. Because insurance should be the first avenues for savings. Because insurance cannot be substituted by any other saving. It must one's life. Similarly, there is also argument is made to increase insurance penetration, to increase insurance density, to reduce the insurance protection gap. Yes, that should be insurance penetration should increase, insurance density should increase, insurance protection gap should be reduced. It should be. But what is obstacle? That must be also analyzed. Apart from financial capacity of the people, there are also many other reasons. What is the insurance penetration? Insurance penetration means total premium as percentage of a GDP. What is India's position? Insurance penetration in India, it was around 2.8% in 2001. It was around 2.15%. Insurance penetration increased to 5.2% in 2009-10. Then it has a decline to 3.7%. Here lies a question: why it declined? Despite the opening of insurance sector, it increases, then why it decline? That means opening up the insurance sector or increase of FDI has no impact on insurance penetration. Here I want to make a linkage. Insurance penetration was highest in 2009 and 10. It was 5.2% of GDP. At that time, financial savings was a record high, 12.10%. That means insurance penetration is linked with the financial savings. That means policy of government should be to encourage the financial savings so that it will indirectly lead to the rise of insurance penetration. Insurance penetration is global average is 7%. Now it is in India, it is around 3.8%. But life insurance penetration is around 2.9%, while general insurance penetration is around 0.9 to 1%. Life insurance penetration in relation to other countries or global average is not so poor. It is more or less same. But problem lies with the general insurance penetration. The general insurance penetration is varying around 1%. It is not increasing much. The reason is that in our country, assets are rarely insured. Basically, we insure vehicles. Other assets are not insured. And people that does not have, people have not such huge assets for which they will insure. That we must understand. Similarly, insurance density means per capita insurance. And it is around $95, whereas it is global average, it is around 755, around $755. General insurance density is more or less same, where life insurance density has increased from around 2001, it was around $25. Now it is around $70 or $75. But when India occupies 142 position in per capita GDP, per capita income, and 127 position in per capita GDP expressed in purchasing power parity. When in terms of per capita income, India occupies one of the lowest position in the world. Automatically, per capita insurance premium, automatically it cannot occupy a higher position. That means government policy should be to enhance the per capita income of the people. India continues to be a lower income country since 2007. It has not yet become middle income country. Forget becoming developed country as propagated in 2000 to be held in 2047. That is a illusion, elusive. Let us become first middle income country. India continues to be lower income country since 2007. Similarly, India occupies a 132 position in the Human Development Index. In Global Index, India occupies around 107 position. In all index, India occupies abysmal position. So when India occupies abysmal position and the government has to provide food support for 80 crores people, how can you expect that automatically insurance penetration and initiative will be huge, increase by huge margin? Another important thing is that insurance density is expressed, not expressed in purchasing power parity, it is expressed in exchange rate ratio. For example, $1 in the exchange rate, it is around 80 rupees today. In purchasing power parity, $1 is equal to around 21 to 22 rupees. So if insurance density will be expressed in purchasing power parity, then it will be also little bit much high, though it will not be nearer to global average. There will be huge gap. So government has to address all these things. Next important thing is insurance protection gap. Insurance protection gap means actual insurance coverage and optimal gap between optimal insurance coverage and actual coverage. It has increased, it is around 80%. According to National Insurance Academy, it is around 80%. In case of a youth, it is 90%. So it is also increasing. That means people, insurable people, but they are unable to purchase insurance. The gap can be indicated insurance protection gap. So why people are not able to purchase insurance? It cannot be linked with the FDI or disinvestment or industrial position. It can be linked with the economic condition of the people. We must be realistic to understand. Unless today people, every year more than 5 crores people are dragged into the quagmire of a poverty line because of health expenditure. When you send your children, you spend 50,000 minimum. When you enter a corporate hospital, you have to spend 1 lakh rupees. So people have a less disposable income. Whether India will become 4th largest economy or 3rd largest economy or a 2nd largest economy or a developed India, it has no link. Because 1% of the population, richer population, enjoys the 40.5% of wealth. While 50% of poorer section have only 6.5% of national wealth. 1% of Indians enjoys around 21.7% of national income. And income inequality is highest in India. Even it is a highest after even higher than the British era. Only such things is addressed. Insurance penetration density cannot increase, insurance protection gap cannot be reduced, and insurance cover, insurance for all cannot be easily achieved. Yes, as a part of a Life Insurance Corporation of India, I feel all attempts should be taken to enhance all these things. Because Life Insurance Corporation not only provides jobs to many people, it contributes enormously to nation's development activities, growth of a social sector. Everybody must know that financial savings, insurance is a part of financial savings, provide those capital which helps government to bridge its fiscal deficit, or government borrows to bridge its fiscal deficit. It provides capital to corporate sector to borrow at cheaper rate. That means savings leads to investment that spurs growth. Even Michael Spence, Nobel laureate, had told, who was chairman of the Growth Commission, had told that gross domestic savings helps in the growth of a nation. Foreign direct investment has not such impact. It is not a question to discuss about FDI, but thing is that FDI has not helped to increase the insurance penetration or density. Rather, many foreign companies are repatriating capital to their own countries. That is why net foreign direct investment is very, very low. That is a major cause of concern. Foreign direct investment, if it can create new job, if it can bring new technology, it can create new industry, it is welcome. But foreign direct investment is displacing the Indian capital. It is snatching the jobs from indigenous industry. It is not creating new jobs as popularized. What is most important thing is that when they repatriate their capital, then there is the outward FDI increases enormously. So that is why today net FDI is very low, which is a measure of concern. But what is important is that even in case of FDI, governments want to enhance the FDI from 74% to 100%. But private companies have not utilized this 74 limit. Their total FDI they have reached is around 32%. So why government wants to increase this from 74 to 100%? That is the most important thing. So since it is a important date for everybody, let us celebrate. Thank you all. Namaste.